You're listening to The Fellas with Anthony McCoy,
Listen, man, that wasn't my fault. It was an unknown error.
Rich Thurston,
Someone said it was like the Bulls never changed their passwords, and Tibbs just popped in and did an auto trade.
Kev Lund,
We're out here doing this podcast, and these fools are out here blowing Super Bowls. Like, let's switch that up. Pay me a cool million, and I'll call the right place. I promise you.
and Kyle Straub.
When one of those point guards is James Harden, yes, the answer is yes, they are a better team.
Hello and welcome to another episode of The Fellas. Should have a good one on hand for you tonight. We're going to start with one that's near and dear to both mine and Anthony's heart. You've heard this before. You've heard us talk about how we are both Bulls fans. We've tried to avoid talking about them because they're a dumpster fire right now. But a former Bull back in the news, Derrick Rose right now, stepping away from basketball, taking a personal leave. He may retire. Rich, you threw something out in the group chat that we'll start this conversation off with. People think he's a Hall of Famer. Huh? Take it away. You got this from online. What were you seeing that people could say that he possibly belongs in the Hall of Fame?
Basically that he's one of only 14 people to be Rookie of the Year and MVP, and it's a basketball Hall of Fame, so you have to kind of count what he did in college too. So
Okay, but he had 1 year of college, so that doesn't really help the argument much for me either.
I mean, he was what they went to the national championship that year, right?
They went and lost.
They lost on like the last second shot too.
Mario
he didn't
Chalmers.
win. He didn't win an MVP or most outstanding player.
Hey,
So like
But
that
they
doesn't really
also
help
wouldn't have
his
been there
that
if
doesn't
it
help
wasn't
his
for
cause
him.
in my opinion.
I mean, he was one of the best freshman players ever, right?
Ever.
Hall of Fame, dude?
No, I'm not saying he deserves to be in the Hall
No,
of Fame.
no. I'm saying this is what these people
I
are
mean-
saying.
Yeah.
Maybe Rich, maybe he was one of the best freshmen ever, but does that even come close to qualifying you for Hall of Fame? You know?
No, like I don't care about that at all. But I mean, my thing is his MVP wasn't even like
Just gonna
deserved.
say that the only thing
But-
he had that was real was it was a Rookie of the Year. And
Yeah,
he's going to
so-
the Hall of Fame.
Well, and when we talked about it last night just a little bit, I said this: he did those in his first 3 years, and since then he's done nothing. Nothing
Yeah.
whatsoever. You can't project for the Hall of Fame, people. The Hall of Fame is what you did, not what you could have done.
Yeah. He averages 19.4 points, 3.7 rebounds, and 5.9 assists a game for his career. And,
And
you know,
those are decent numbers right there.
yeah, but he's like 8-year pro, so I'm going to have him in the Hall of Fame because you're basically putting him in there for his first 4 years in the league, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I don't think that's enough of a resume to get into the Hall of Fame. But a lot of
You
people
know, I
get
mean-
into the Hall of Fame. I don't think should honestly. So, it's I really feel like you don't have to be like a consistently elite player to make the Hall of Fame.
Well, here's another reason I'll tell you I don't think he would ever make the Hall of Fame if he calls it quits. Let's say he's done. He says that he is tired of being hurt, and he says, I'm going to hang him up. I don't think he gets in the Hall of Fame because he's a weird-ass dude, and I don't think people in the media and around the league are that
Dennis
big
Rodman's
of
in the Hall of
fans
Fame.
him. Okay, Dennis Rodman played a full – hold on, but Rodman played a full, long career, and he may have been a weirdo, but he was charismatic. He talked to people. Derrick Rose is a complete opposite of that. He's an introvert. He's a weird dude. He doesn't talk to anybody who's not in his circle.
When's the last time he had like a good season?
When he won the MVP.
The year after that, when he got hurt in the playoffs, he did good, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So how long ago was that? Like 5 years ago?
Yeah,
4 or
it
5
That
years ago?
was the second year LeBron was in Miami.
was 11,
So it was in
right?
2014, like
2000
2014, 2013.
12. It was 2012. Because 2011 was the year he won the MVP. Because that was the
2011,
first.
2012, right?
So it's been 5 years since he's had a good year.
That was 10-11.
Yeah, and what year did he get drafted in? Like 2010?
He got drafted in 2009 because the Bulls won the lottery the year the Lakers lost
Yep.
to the Celtics in the
That was
finals.
before I moved here, so it had to
Yeah.
have been over 9 years.
Yeah, so I mean, you're talking about a guy now who had what, 4 good seasons?
Yeah, I mean,
Like, I don't. You can't make it. I don't know. I love the guy. Like, I'm not a hater. I'm not gonna hate on him like Kyle loves to. Like, I have no ill feelings towards
We're
him.
about to get to that
You
part.
know,
of it.
he
It's
did a
real.
lot for the Bulls as a franchise. He brought us from irrelevance to, being one of the best teams in the league. But, 4 good seasons definitely does not get you in the Hall of Fame.
He would be the first
Reggie
MVP
Bush,
in the
man.
NBA not to make the Hall of Fame.
He would be the first what?
I think he would be the first NBA MVP not to make the Hall of Fame.
Then that's what it is.
Yeah, so he got to be that one.
That's what it is.
There's a first in her reason.
He's gotta
career
be that
end.
guy.
It's just them injuries, man. They just don't got enough
Yeah.
on paper, dude.
Well, see,
All right.
that's part of it too.
So
Like,
this-
how much better would he have gotten?
I don't even think you have to look at that. I think the mental part of this with him is he was at that peak where he wanted MVP. He got hurt, and I think mentally he has crumbled. He's just become soft and has given
Because he
in.
got hurt and got hurt and got hurt and
Well,
got hurt.
that's
son.
gonna weigh on you, son.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's still a fact. I'm pointing out a fact. Like, so I think that's part of the reason that he's stepping aside at this point and saying, "No, I'm not doing it," even though he's leaving $70 million on the table right now.
Well,
Because mentally, I think he
Yeah,
could not
that.
get over the fact that he went from where he was to his body completely collapsing underneath him and him not
Which-
being able to do what he used to.
Which is
Which is
completely
100%
understandable.
reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's completely fine. But you have $70 million looking at you. Get your ass on the court, make that money, and then go sit on the butt and not work. You know?
It's a lot easier to say that, I think, sitting in our situation as opposed to like being him, where that dude was at the top of the world in his sport, and he just can't play like that anymore. He can barely get on the court, so that's
But
a
he
lot
doesn't
to
have
deal
to
with.
make that $70 million.
Yeah, but you're broke, Kyle.
I don't care. If I'm rich, you offer me $70 million, I'm taking it.
Yeah, but it's
Especially
easy.
to play
Yeah, I get
basketball.
what you're saying, but he has like 150 in the bank, 150 million in
Rich,
the bank. Like
You
I
could
know
offer
what you're
me
saying.
70. You could offer me $70 to go play an NBA season, and I'll take it right now. Let's
that's
go.
because you've
I'll
never
go play
done
in the
it.
NBA
That's-
for
Yeah,
$70.
he ain't trying to be greedy, man. He touched the stove once, got burned. He touched the stove again, got burned. He touched the stove again, got burned. He ain't trying to touch the stove no more, bro. Like, he's just out.
I think a large part of it is that he just mentally was never that into it.
I don't know.
I wouldn't
about,
say that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
The-
that.
Like all the rehab you have to go through to begin with to come back from an ACL injury, you're not getting back on the court if you're not into
Yeah,
it.
he was just relying on athleticism. Like, that was his
But
But
game.
at that time,
And
but at
now-
that time, he was broke, so that money was out there, and like you guys just said, of course you're going to take the money when you're broke.
He
Yeah,
didn't.
but like the first few times he did come back from his ACL, like he was still nice. Like he was still playing good. Just that
But he-
constant grind to try to get back.
But
just
when he
wears on
came,
you.
but like when he was coming back, you always remember how there were like setbacks, and mentally I didn't feel right, I wasn't there right, and like there was always the mental block that he never was able to get over when he came back.
Which
ever.
is probably the hardest part of it.
Yeah.
You to trust
Okay,
yourself.
but that's what I'm also getting. If he wasn't into it as much as other people are that are out on the court, and it's all right, some people aren't, I guess. But if he's not that into the game, it's going to be harder to get to that part. Like here's some evidence for you. Last year he did this shit too. He walked away from the Knicks, just didn't tell nobody, and was gone for a couple of days. And then when he was with the
Disappeared, son.
Bulls, even further back in the beginning of his career, the dude would never recruit anybody. Never wanted to try and bring anybody else into Chicago.
Yeah.
And
About
obviously
that,
he didn't.
though?
But he didn't really give a shit about winning that much then, obviously.
No. See, I feel like you can't have this both ways. You can't say that LeBron's a bitch because he recruited all these people, and then say Derrick Rose is a bitch because he wouldn't recruit all these people.
Yeah, word.
Like
I never
you
said
can't.
LeBron was a bitch for recruiting anybody. He left. He didn't recruit.
Okay. Well, he still
left
helped
because
put
he
the
was teaming
teams
up with his
together.
boys.
Like you can't hate on KD for going to a team with a bunch of people and
I'm
then be
not
like, "Well,
hating on KD.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in
Oh.
general. Like you people,
I
like
thought you were saying me.
no, but you can't have it. You can't have it both ways."
Yeah.
Because that's that old school mentality, right? Go do it by yourself. Got your team around you.
Like Simmons saying he wasn't gonna go play with LeBron because he wants to beat him and play against him, right?
People love that until Simmons loses too much, and then he's not a winner, and then he's
Yeah,
a
exactly.
choker, and he's a bitch, and
That won't take long here.
all
He
at the
started
ripe
losing
age
at
of
LSU,
21.
Rich.
Yeah, he'll be 21 years old, and his career will be a wash. People are fucking stupid.
Yo, he's on that road. He's on that road for people to say that because his team lost at LSU and they couldn't make the tournament. He was hurt his rookie year, and now he's finally out there playing. But
Yeah, but he's
give him 2
balling.
years. If he doesn't come out and bust some people, he sucks. He's a bust.
Always the best if you suck.
Might as well be playing
No
for the
time to
Lakers.
develop.
I'd be pumped if he was playing for the Lakers.
Oh man, yo.
So,
If he was
so
playing
if,
for the Lakers, son.
He'd be
here's
Magic
a here's a
Johnson.
question
Going
about that
nuts.
Hall of Fame shit with D Rose. If he was, if you're bringing that up about him, how about your boy Stevie Francis?
He ain't in the Hall of Fame, is he?
No,
No.
I'm saying, should he be in?
No,
He got a 1999 Rookie of the Year.
he did.
How many? He played more seasons than he was more healthy than fucking D Rose.
That
No
is true.
MVP though.
Yeah, the MVP is what does it.
I wouldn't be surprised if Rose got in. I just personally don't think he should be.
I think
I
I,
would
would
be
be
shocked if he
surprised.
got in.
I don't know if I'd be shocked, but I'd be surprised, I think.
Like at that point, if he gets in, I think you're literally just saying that all that matters to get into the Hall of Fame are the awards that you've gotten.
Dude, I'll be shocked. 3 or 4 good
And
seasons.
we all know and have talked about it. Awards, especially the MVP award, and especially in the NBA, it doesn't always go to the best player. Most of
Is-
the time, it actually doesn't.
His didn't.
Like I said, most of them don't. So why is it
Nash's
that that's
didn't.
what the measuring stick is to get in? Is, hey, did you win an MVP, which doesn't always go to the best player? That's kind of a weird measuring stick.
Yeah, but I don't know. MVP is just a weird. I don't know, because there's like so many different ways you can look at it, though. Like, you know, who's more valuable to your team and who's the best player isn't really the same thing.
Not at all, yeah.
So
No,
like,
they're
yeah, LeBron was the better player, but if you took Rose off that Bulls team, the Bulls would have been trash.
And if you took LeBron off that Cavs team, they were trash.
Well, it's freaking LeBron James, son. Like,
He's- well, that's the
Well,
thing.
but I'm just pointing out that, you know, he should have won an MVP. Rose got it, so all of a sudden, just because of that, Rose should be in the Hall of Fame.
It's like participation awards out here, man. Like, damn. Like, I would be shocked as hell if D Rose gets in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's
like-
what I'm saying.
he doesn't have enough good seasons.
So here's
Doesn't
the
have
the,
enough
uh,
seasons. Like I told you, man. Fucking Magic Johnson played more, and he had the hit.
That is true. And he was healthier.
Got in the
And
Hall
he
of
was
Fame.
healthier. Yeah, that picture, yeah. Steve Francis don't need to be
Looks
in the
like
Hall
a
of Fame without
crack.
doing that.
Yeah, yo. There's your Hall of Famer right there.
Dude, he looks so old.
He'd take that 70
Ain't got
mil from
nothing on
Adidas.
Tino Mobley, though.
That's his boy, don't talk about him.
He's got the full gray head of hair and beard going on.
Tell me that Stevie Francis wouldn't take the 70 mil from Adidas. he'd
He would
be
take
on the-
$7 from Adidas.
He'd be sitting on the bench right now.
That's funny.
So some other Hall of Famers that we kind of want to get into. Julio Jones, Quintoris, this weekend blew the fuck up like he does.
Sure does.
We have had a conversation in our group chat about the GOAT as far as wide receivers go. I think it's Jerry Rice. Some of you guys think it is Randy Moss. There's no way in hell you're going to convince me that Moss was better than Rice, but you might be able to with Julio. What this dude does out there is ridiculous.
What's he do? Tell me.
What's he do?
Drop wide open touchdown
Oh,
passes.
okay. Did you see the game at all?
Yeah, Tampa Bay ain't shit, man.
I don't care. He put up 250 and 2 touchdowns. Like, come on.
And he's like the only person with 3 250-yard games. Mm-hmm. He has more
Dude's
catches
got
than
3
anyone.
touchdowns
through-
on the season. I mean, Randy Moss had 3 catches and 3 touchdowns in one game. I'm not. I mean, it's cool. I mean, he gets the yardage, but I don't think he's near the greatest of all time.
I think that the touchdown thing with him is completely something to throw out the window because it's just not the way that their offense runs. They get the ball within the 20, and they're not like most teams. They're not throwing the ball to him in the end zone. They're not throwing fade routes or corners. They're running the ball.
Yeah.
Maybe they
could
should
say
be
that about
considered
a lot of-
that
a lot
instead
of teams.
28-3 leads.
I mean, I'm not saying that they shouldn't, McCoy, but that's not his fault though. That's not, you know.
I mean,
I think
he was
the-
on the field, so it's not. I mean, part of it's his fault, right? There's
If they
no I
would-
in team.
I think the
they
more
would've-
impressive wide receiver on the Falcons is Mohamed Sanu, because that boy is 6 for 6 passing with 238 yards and 3 touchdowns.
He did have a nice arm.
Jets might want to get him.
What were you gonna say, Rich?
I forgot. Oh, I was gonna say that if they would have won that Super Bowl, this conversation probably would have been more relevant because people would have remembered that crazy ass catch he made on the sideline.
Yeah, that shit was badass.
Like he does that shit all the time.
Then they decided not to throw to him at the end
He
of the
can-
game when the Patriots were coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can dominate. He can dominate defenders unlike any other wide receiver I've ever seen, and that includes Randy Moss.
He's so big. That's
Well, he can't
why.
go across the. Randy Moss couldn't go across the middle like that.
Yeah, Quintorris can run every route on a tree.
Yeah, he's a
Nah,
fucking
I
monster.
like Julio. Don't get me wrong. I like him, but I'm struggling to put him past fucking my boy AB, man. Antonio Brown is a beast too. I'm playing devil's advocate with you here with all the wide receivers in the NFL right now.
I mean, listen, I still think I would put Jerry as my GOAT. You look at what he did in his career. I don't think that Jerry Rice had the best.
yeah, Jerry Rice's yardage versus what's out there right now is like when you look at like Yamir Yager's career games or like Wayne Gretzky's goal streak or something. That's like it's like 22,000, and the next closest guy is like 8,000 behind him. Like,
Oh yeah, that's what I was getting.
it like at
is
least 10
Jerry
more
Rice may
seasons
not
for
have had
somebody?
the most God-given ability of every wide receiver, but what he did on the field blew everybody away.
do you think he would do that now though? Because they played so
No.
much cover 3 back then, so it was just like
That's
he
what I
had-
was about to say.
Yeah, but
You
you,
know,
can't
there's-
touch the receiver now either.
That's
so.
the other part. Yeah, there's two parts to it. Is yes, there are different defenses. Yes, people are more athletic, but you can't touch a receiver. It's meant for guys to actually go out there and catch passes. In his day, you could maul receivers and get away with it. Ask Dion.
Dion wasn't mauling nobody.
Don't say that about him. He'll go at you.
I'm not hating.
Please
on him,
do
I'm just
get
saying.
us some followers, Dion.
Definitely not hating on him. I'm
I'd-
just saying.
I did see the thing though. I think Kev was talking about it where Jerry Rice played against so much cover 3, and the West Coast offense was new, and no one knew how to stop it. So he ran these slants and was
it
wide
was
open.
just all
anyway.
that run after catch, man. I
Yeah.
mean,
The yak.
Because I looked it up today, and Quintorris has more catches and more yards than him at this point in their career. Like 90, I went 90 games in, and he has more catches and he has more yards. The only thing he doesn't have is touchdowns because Jerry had like 22 in the season in his 3rd year.
in a short
Without
season
Quintorris
too.
plays until
Yeah.
his hairline's in the middle of his head either, though.
Let's hope he does.
Well, and that's the
I
other
hope
part
so.
of what Jerry did is even as he got older, he was one of those people where his numbers never really dropped off until he played really, really late into his career.
It's like 45 out there.
Even then,
Yeah,
they should have threw it to him when he was in Seattle.
Should have threw it to him, son.
Yeah,
How
I'll
did
never.
you
should.
not?
Yeah, they fucked up twice. Didn't give the
Yeah.
ball to Marshawn, didn't give the ball to Jerry.
That's like that'd be like not giving Jordan the ball for the last shot. As far as the not throwing to Jerry there,
Yeah.
they didn't even have him on the field.
No, yeah, he wasn't even on the field.
That's ridiculous. Like not even a decoy, man.
That's the worst. Somebody should have got fired immediately for that.
They probably all did.
Yeah, they needed to. Anybody who saw that and didn't call timeout, you're fired.
Was that after he left Oakland?
Yeah,
Yep.
he was on Seattle.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
left
That
Oakland,
was
but
his,
it was
that was his very last year. And then the following year, he got on the practice squad or the tryout squad for the Broncos. And before they even got to the preseason, he was like, all right, I'm done finally.
He had a good run.
But then he was out there with the practicing with the 49ers once this year. Wasn't putting pads on or anything, but he was out there running drills with them, though.
This year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
Probably
that he
the
was
best
out there
receiver.
making sideline grabs.
Yeah.
I can't name one receiver on the 49ers, so I'm going to assume.
Oh, come
Jerry
on.
Rice.
Your boy Goodwin is on the Niners.
Ex Buffalo Bill.
Well, I would have never known that if you didn't tell me.
Well, now you do.
I was gonna say Brandon Lloyd. Hey,
Is he
Brandon,
still out there?
I don't know why not. Brandon Lloyd made one of the sickest
hope he
catches you ever
is.
want to see in your life, though.
Brandon Lloyd.
right? Like he did the Odell before Odell.
Yeah. In the middle of the field into the end zone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's amazing what social media will do for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
This dude Brandon Lloyd could have been the next OBJ out here.
I remember the catches like that. That dude Ronald Curry made a catch like that on the Raiders in the back of the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
He
Who Ronald
jumped
Curry
and
played
leaned all
for
the
in
way back.
college?
Tar Heels.
No one
That's
gives a
right, he
fuck.
did. Two-sport athlete.
Yep. He was one of the best athletes from the Newport News area.
Oh, Jesus.
Up there with Iverson and Vic out here. While we're talking about NFL receivers, we got to bring up Rich's boy, Crabtree, getting his chain snatched
2 times.
for the
Again.
And he had it taped to him.
second.
Yo, that was the best when I saw that today. That he taped
I got
it
so
to
much to
himself.
say about that. Like,
Speak.
one, you really taped your chain to yourself. And then 2, you got it snatched again. Anyway.
Thought it was sweet out here. You put a little duct tape on your chest.
Yo, that picture that you guys put in the chat, 2 chains.
Yo.
Yo,
The
at that
best
point,
was-
just go fight him before the game.
They
Yeah,
showed
son.
they showed Crabtree in the box after he got kicked out, and he was up there looking real pissed, talking to somebody. And on the
But he was
bottom,
pissed.
it said
was
Michael.
trying to punch him, but to me,
It
was
said
just
Michael
sliding.
Crabtree ejected in first quarter, and then like a little red dot, and it said the second time his chain was stolen. And he said,
Wait, this happened in the first quarter?
yeah, dude.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, they didn't waste any time.
Talib was on site, son. He
Oh.
said, "Oh, you thought that tape was helping? Give me that."
You know that he was talking it instantly. That wasn't going to just be
Son, they
quiet.
have to fight on site, like when they see each other. I don't
Talib
care if they get
said-
kicked out immediately.
Right?
Talib said at the end of last year, if he wears it again, he was snatching it again.
Oh, he told
That
you.
shit wasn't a secret.
You try to tape it and hide it. I see you out here, Crabtree.
Oh my god!
That dude's such a sucker.
Imagine you.
Well, he can't be like he got his chain snatched. That doesn't make him a sucker.
You better
Like-
not wear that
Does,
chain.
though, when it happens twice, son.
No,
You better just put your
like-
shoulder pads on and go play. You better leave
Just
the
don't
chain
wear
in your
it.
locker.
Just
Well,
leave
you
it
would
in
have
the
called
locker
him.
room.
You would have got on him even more if he didn't wear it. Oh, scared of Talib.
I
Didn't
don't
want to
know,
wear
bro,
the
like,
chain. Like,
My chain
he
taped
doesn't
to me?
wear
Like,
it,
what
this
kind of
doesn't
tape did he
happen, though.
use?
okay, but if he doesn't wear it, people get on him for being scared. Like
So
at least
which one
he,
looks worse, though? That he doesn't wear it?
Or it's
Yes,
taped.
that he doesn't wear it.
Had it
Or,
snatched.
wait,
No.
that he doesn't wear it, or that he tapes it so it doesn't get snatched, and it does
Listen.
anyway.
listen.
What kind of tape was it?
The tape is a bad look, but not wearing it at
Gotta
all
get
is
that
an even
gorilla
worse
tape.
I hope
look.
he had,
Duct tape
I hope he had
got it.
fucking scotch tape all over.
Like,
Some Christmas
The tape-
present tape.
the tape is a real bad look, but he's got to wear it.
He's gonna come out next year with a tattoo of a chain on his chest.
Talib gonna snatch his soul.
Can't
Tyler
snatch
gonna beat his chest in. He'll snatch your tail, scratch that tattoo off him.
I
they
think he's
play
better
again
off
this
just taking
year?
the L, son.
He has.
No, just don't
Oh
wear
yeah,
the
now
chain. I
you
think
can.
that's better.
Like at this point, we'd be like, yeah, like you tried to
You
take
got to
that
take
shit.
it off at this point. You
Like-
can't wear it.
But-
You gonna wear it next year when they play? Like that's. I wish they
Wait,
played
no.
again this year.
Do they play again this year? Because they're the same
No,
division.
I checked. They're done.
They already played.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
What happened? Oh, wasn't Crabtree out the first time they played?
Yeah,
Probably.
I think so.
I think he was because we made fun of him for it.
Must have been.
He
Was
pulled the
afraid of
lines
getting
out.
his chain
He's like, "I ain't
snatched."
playing that, dude."
Taped it.
So
man.
now this game next year better be like Sunday Night Football or something, son.
Next year they need to make the playoffs. Let's make it happen this season.
That would be awesome if they played in the playoffs and he snatched his chain again.
If he gets
I
3
just got an
chains,
alert, and they just both got suspended for 2 games.
Really?
I
got it too. Yep.
I mean, you knew that was coming. They actually were throwing punches at each
Yeah.
other. So
He can snatch his chain and it's all good, but if they start throwing hands, it's a problem.
that was classic.
I need to see like a post-game interview or something with these dudes and see what they're saying after the game.
Did you
So I'm
ever
sure
see-
it's hilarious when they talk to Talib.
Did you ever see what Talib said after he won the Super Bowl?
Nah.
he like looked out in the crowd while the guy was asking him questions and pointed to his wife. He was like, "You need to get ready. Champion's coming home tonight."
I love the way that
This
dude
guy's my favorite
sounds
player
too.
in the league.
Yeah.
He sounds mad funny.
He's the man.
I hope he has these chains hanging somewhere sweet too.
Yo, he should wear them. He
Keep
should
some
wear them next time they
souvenirs.
play.
Right? All both of them. Gotcha.
Hey, look familiar?
How quickly Talib became the true life and Michael Crabtree became the Jim Jones of that.
And there's really nothing he can do about it. Like,
No.
I wonder what they're gonna do. Like, there's really nothing the league can do about it. You know?
I mean, it's not like he stole it. Like, if he just rips it off him.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Captures about to press charges.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, let me find out this guy goes to the police.
Destruction of property. He broke my chains.
What if, what if one of the police guys would have like got him right there while he was walking off, cuffed him in
In
pads.
pads, cuff him up.
Yeah, he had us on alert here. He called us before the
Yeah,
game.
he said, "Watch, you're gonna try to snatch my chain." I got this tape here.
Take this man in. That's too funny.
It is
Oh, man.
tape ass.
taped. I can't believe you taped that shit. Like, I can't even
Like,
imagine
while
you
you were
doing it.
taping it, son, he didn't think, maybe I should just not wear this. Like,
No one told him
instead
that.
of
Like, what
taping
did he
it to
do that
his
by
chest,
himself?
Like, I'm going to show him.
How many of his
Get my
teammates
chain
saw
today.
him doing it, thought about saying something, and were like, nah,
Yeah,
I'm going to
like
let him roll with this.
Right? Like, Michael, why don't you just not wear the chain? Like, it's not worth it.
All right, so, Rich, you want to talk about North Carolina? So go ahead, buddy.
They got their ass kicked. 5:30, it was all good. Roy was gonna whoop Tom Izzo again. You're gonna be 8-0, winning another trophy. And at 9:30, this game don't matter. This game don't mean nothing. It means nothing on the grand scheme of things. Down by 25, ass. That's what it means,
Can't make a fucking shot.
right? 23%.
Damn shot.
Jesus. So they were like 4 for 25 on layups.
On
Yeah, it
layups?
was so bad. It was so bad.
That was probably the worst I've ever seen the Tar Heels play.
I'm sure there
Yep.
were worse.
Get used to
No,
it.
no. Like, I really don't know if there was. It was the worst field goal percentage in UNC history. 24.3 for a game.
24.3.
They were 1 of 18 from three-point land, and when Rich says they missed layups, Kev, he's not joking. I saw at least 5 uncontested layups that were just completely missed, and 3 of them were run back down the other way from Michigan State, and they hit a 3.
What are you guys doing in practice, man?
I don't know. I turned the game off with like 8 minutes left.
I'm saying you see, don't you get to see
was
some
watching.
practices, media
I don't
man?
remember what the score was.
Guys can't even make it. No layup drills, man. What's Roy doing?
Right. Don't worry, Kev.
Running.
Roy will fix it now.
That's
will.
what he does. The
Yeah, I
K1 coaches make adjustments.
Man, listen.
What
I don't-
adjustment
I
is he
don't
going to
understand-
make?
I
The
don't
greatest
understand
team
why
ever
you think that's
does
such a
not
funny
shoot.
thing. Like, he's the coach. That's what he does. So, yes, that's what he's going to
You
do.
shouldn't
from
have
now
to
on.
make
He's
adjustments
going to
to
say, hey,
shooting.
look, we sucked. I didn't do a good job. You didn't do a good job. Let's get better.
It's because you fucking recruited the wrong people. If you would have
That's
got
right. If
them
you had
top
more number one
prospects,
Clearly not. He
recruits
just
out
won
there.
another national championship, you
Stop
dumbass.
living in the past.
26% field
Oh,
goal.
excuse me.
Yeah, it doesn't count, man.
2017,
Past.
The past
That ain't
doesn't
the
count.
past.
It is the past.
Nope.
New season
Same
starts.
That
calendar year. We're
that
defending
already
champs.
happened.
That already.
We don't talk about that shit, all right? It's about the
Right.
stuff that didn't happen yet.
Yeah.
The dude on the big dude, I don't know what his name is, but the Tar Heels big man decided they were gonna go straight up
Which
on
one?
this dude the whole game. I don't
Which
know, I think it was
one?
22 or something. Whatever guy kept blocking everybody, son.
Well, we got 3
Whatever
You
guy.
got to pick one of them.
No, I'm talking
Brooks,
about Michigan
Manley,
State's
or
big
Huffman?
man. I'm talking about the
Oh.
guy at Michigan State that blocked every shot that they
I
went
think
straight
his
up
name was
on.
Young. I think his name
I don't
was
know
Young,
what his
yeah.
name was, but
Yeah,
that was terrible
you don't
offense.
want none
Like,
of
they just
him.
bought straight up on him. Block, block, block.
Well, the freshmen, for the first time, the freshman big men looked like freshmen. They were deer in
Yeah.
headlights out there. They didn't know what the hell to do.
Since they were getting blocked every time they went out.
Man, Duke's gonna get in that ass this year.
All the way in it.
That never happens.
Marvin Bagley's getting in that ass.
Yep.
Marvin Bagley is impressive. I'll give you that. But besides that, Duke doesn't impress me.
Well, when do
Well,
they, Kyle?
Let me
Like-
tell you,
They never
26% percentage,
Sure.
the worst shooting field goal percentage in your team's history, does not impress me much either.
Nor should it. If that impressed you, that'd be some pretty bad standards there, Kev.
I'd be worried. If my team can't make layups, man, I mean, I could see if you guys.
November loss, son. It doesn't.
Listen,
You know what does it really mean?
here's what the fact of the thing is with North Carolina. They've got some young players because they
Fact
lost
of
some
the
last
thing.
year. They're gonna have some rough games early in the season. Roy's gonna do his job if he does it correctly. Come tournament time, once we get to March, North Carolina will be one of the top 10 teams. They'll compete for another national championship.
No, you're finished unranked.
Yep.
Unranked.
Okay.
Preach it, Kev.
The magic number, remember, is the 4 losses. So this is 1. We get 3 more.
We're gonna have more than 4 losses this year.
Until that happens, I'm riding with the magic number.
All right. I'll tell you, I'll be with you, but once we get to 5, I'm gonna say I told you so.
Well, once we get to 5, I'll figure something else out. You know, it's
All
fine.
right.
What happens when you get to 10?
We ain't getting to 10 losses. What are you, crazy?
Oh, please get a 10 look.
Come on, son. Come on.
The
Wait,
wheels would have to complete, like, injuries have to happen for us to get to 10 losses. this
Unlucky 13, man.
Yeah,
You're
year.
already
We'd be
more than
way
halfway
further
out
than
of being
13
ranked.
if we have 10 losses.
Well, that's where it starts. Right here, 13.
Oh, okay.
You're already on the bottom half of the 25, man. You're slipping. I mean, you're closer to not being ranked than you are being ranked first. So
I mean, that is a fact.
Oh, no. I'm not worried about what our ranking is.
we'll
I
see.
mean, Michigan's going to
Yeah,
beat you
we were
tomorrow
ranked-
night,
We
right?
slipped in the rankings last year, too, after our early loss. So.
Who was that early loss to? Oh, Kentucky, who we beat in the Elite Eight. Not worried about a November loss.
Yeah, but you were worried in that Kentucky game you were going to lose.
Yeah,
Like-
Kentucky's a good team, but we won
Exactly.
because we're better.
I mean, when the game's that close, it's hard to say the other team is like really that much better.
No, but we won, so I can say
No,
it's
you
we
made
won
you know
because
you
we're
made
better.
you made enough good plays that game.
Because we were the better team that
Best
game.
play.
Luke got lucky.
We were the better team. We won.
Right? This dude Luke May. Oh my God.
That's right.
Played one good team and looked like a fucking bum. Looked like a junior white.
So,
The whole team
looked so
bad.
bad yesterday.
It's whatever. He can keep racking up his 2010 games.
I don't want to hear you, McCoy. It hurts my soul when I hear you talk about Luke May.
Why?
Because if he was on any other team, this dude is not good. This white guy, no. You're over here saying he's going to be in the NBA. Like, if he was on any other
He'll
team.
get a shot. He can put up numbers like this.
Yeah, I know he'll get a shot. But if I would have said that and he played for fucking, like, Michigan State, no.
For real.
Hey, son, what do you want? Like, you know how this goes.
I know it does. I just want everyone else to know.
It's just how it goes, man. Of course I'm in and out. I'm not gonna hate on him too much when he's on my scrub.
I'm not gonna
I
hate
can
on
ride
him
with
too
Kev
much.
Hinsborough for 4 years. I could ride with Luke May for a couple.
Oh, you gotta love Tyler more than him. You gotta love Tyler more than him.
Oh yeah, Luke's the champion too. So I don't know.
Tyler
Luke's
was
been
better.
to 2. Tyler only went to 1.
Tyler's done more than Luke.
Yeah, let's not even try
Yes,
to
he
put
did.
these
Tyler's
two
got
in
a
the same. like-
Tyler's one of the 6 people with a retired jersey at UNC.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan has a retired jersey at UNC.
And Tyler
Yes.
Hinsborough.
And
Yeah.
Tyler Hansbrough. Like, come on. Might as well hang my jersey up with him.
Get on my level.
Why? You're going to win National Player
No,
of the
but-
Year to get it up there.
Me and Tyler are doing the same thing right now.
No, you're not. Tyler Hansborough is playing in China right now.
Psycho T.
You don't know where I'm at.
Psycho T.
Maybe I'll fight Marbury out there.
You don't want those problems. Remember,
Yeah,
remember when Ron flexed on
Yep, I
him?
was just about to say that. Tyler
Yeah.
turned around like he wanted something and saw who
Turned
it
around
was.
with
and
the
he's like,
psycho
"Oh."
look until he saw who it
Yeah,
was.
his face went pale. Like, nope, I don't want none of you.
Bill Simmons said going to a Laker game when Ron Artest was on the Lakers, people like on the other team would like walk around him like there was a pit bull loose, Like, like you know how when you're walking down the street and someone's in your like your line of sight, like you walk by them. He said they would take like long like radiuses around him because they didn't want to walk by
Take a
him.
long way around Ron Artest.
Yeah, after he almost ended James Harden's career.
Yeah, son. Get up out of here. James shouldn't have been up on him like that. Catch that elbow. He rocked that, dude.
So something we've wanted to talk about, we've just forgotten, but it gave me a nice opportunity this week to bring it up, is the fantasy basketball league that we started. There have been some skeptics out there claiming that it's rigged.
That
You
shit's
can go to
rigged,
hell
man.
if you think that. It's fantasy basketball. It's not for money. Shut up. However, McCoy, it's the first time I have played anybody that is in this group chat, and you got your ass whooped.
Well, I had Wall and Simmons out. What do you want?
I don't give a shit.
Hey, listen,
Excuses.
Listen, just like the Tar Heels, November losses don't mean nothing, son.
Yeah, well, just like Rich just talked shit, I'm talking shit to you. You got whooped on.
Tell him he hacked it, McCoy.
Yeah, you cheated. You gave
Yeah,
yourself points.
He's the fucking.
Oh,
He's the mole.
I
I
knew
got
it
that
was you.
cheat. I got
He's
that
the fantasy basketball mole. You fucker.
Easy last.
Yo, I still can't believe that shit happened. Like, listen, if you're in the fantasy league and you listen to this and you think we fixed this shit, you can go straight to hell.
I have enough.
I can fix it. A free league.
Right? A free
I don't
league.
know.
So
Not better
much time
things to
on
do.
my hand.
Ain't no one got time
And
for
all
that.
I want to do is fix a fantasy basketball
Right.
league.
Two of us have 2 children. I ain't got time to sit here and worry about if you beat me in fantasy basketball.
And our records, like my record's not. I think I'm 2-4.
I fucking tied last week.
Yeah, I saw that.
Should give yourself some points, son. Give you that
I can't do
point.
that.
You
I
got
was
it.
trying to get in touch with Straw, but you know,
Ah, yeah. He'd be
I
the
was
one
too
to tell
busy
you.
racking up my
I just
points.
needed a tenth of a
Giving them all
point.
to himself.
930 and a half points we tied at. This is some bullshit.
But, like, you might win, or the other guy might win in a few days when they adjust something.
But Straw gives out.
Straw adjust something.
when they
What you mean they?
quotations.
No.
Yo, I was
He
so
made, he
mad
made
when
them
I saw
adjustments
that.
on your ass last week, McCoy.
Yeah, he definitely cheated. He just wanted to brag about it on here. That's why
Yeah.
I did it.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
It's only a matter of time before he figured him out.
You'd be cheating too if you knew how to do it. Unknown error.
Yeah, right. That's another
get-
thing people don't understand, that there's no way Anthony can do that.
Seriously. It's a miracle that we get him on here. The reason we didn't do last week was because we couldn't get McCoy on here.
Yeah, so
No surprise there. These things happen, man. Sometimes life conspires against you, you know?
Yes, life conspires. Yep.
It's just a problem with, like, the world in general and the internet in general. It's full of bitches.
let him know, son.
Like, that shit is so annoying. Like, there's all these people, like, for real. All right, I run the fella's Twitter's account, and I really don't want to do it anymore. Because the ignorant shit I see and the people who think their opinion is so much greater than other people's, like, it's the reason why I made a new personal Twitter account, so I didn't have to deal with any of that bullshit. Like, people get way too into this. Like, oh my God. Like, listen, I get we all love a sport, and I get we all think we know what we're doing, but you don't have to point shit out to NBA teams like they don't know this.
Right.
Right?
Hey, why
Like-
don't you go apply for the front office
Right.
then?
Half of these dudes are fucking 24 years old sitting at home thinking they know better than people who have worked in the NBA for 30 years or the NFL for 30 years. Like, shut the fuck up.
Well,
Oh my God.
I think I could run the Jets better than them, but
I was just going to say, this is hysterical, and our open Kev is talking about running a team.
Oh,
that's
my God.
I'll be one of them internet bitches right now.
No, but
for
see,
the New
like-
York Jets.
You're not in there. It's like you're not in there, like, just talking down to, like, these people are fucking retarded. Oh
No,
my
I know. There's
God.
people out there just saying ridiculous shit.
Yeah, and
You
it's-
know what's not going to help it, Rich, and I'll let you get back to your point, but it's something that you wanted to bring up anyway, is the whole Greg Schiano situation with Tennessee right now. Like, they're not going to hire a dude who they were going to hire because of protests from the fans.
Well, he was letting, like, little boys get raped in the shower, Kyle.
I mean, he got completely
But in the thing,
exonerated
they
of
said that,
everything and all knowledge of all of that.
yeah,
Wait. That dude was one of the Penn State coaches?
Yeah, and in
He
the
was on- he
deposition,
was
they
on the
said that
staff.
Greg
He was a local-
Schiano.
like
I
real
ain't
low
hiring
level guy.
nobody associated with that program
Exactly.
then.
And that's
Like,
completely
the
fine.
fans had a
Hold on.
right to protest.
And that's completely fine. But my point is the fans are protesting, and now the people that literally signed a contract with him are listening to the fans. So, Rich, it's just a point I was making to something he was talking about where fans are out there bitching at the front office. Well, if the front office is actually going to listen to the fans in this situation, it's
I
going
don't
to
have
give
a problem
more
with that.
credence to fans just keep on berating them and telling them what to do.
Well, there were
That's-
also state officials who said that they shouldn't hire him. They said it would be a disgrace to have one of the highest paid state officials be associated with that.
Yeah, word.
Well, hold on. Here's the thing. Here's the thing with that. In Tennessee, state officials are saying that because they're fans. They're volunteer fans. They went
mean,
to Tennessee.
I don't
that shit.
know.
That shit is on a different level for
Yeah,
them.
but this is different than them, like the guy just being trash, you know? Like, this, you know, that situation is something
Yes,
where
yes,
if you're
you're right
associated
there.
with
It
it, you can
definitely
go to
is a
hell.
different.
Like,
Yeah.
so I don't got an issue with that. If it was just like, oh, they don't think he was a good coach somewhere else, then go somewhere. But, you know, with that situation, yes. If you were associated with it, get out of here. Like, go do something else.
Well, I guess that's the devil's advocate side, is he's not associated with it. He may have been there, but there's nothing showing that he had any type of knowledge of it.
But they didn't. Wasn't there something in the deposition that said he ran into a coach's office and was like, "I can't believe what I just saw Sandusky doing to a child in the bathroom."
I don't know. If
Like I
that's
thought
a
I read
fact,
that today.
I mean, if that's a fact, then they have 100% full right to be like, "Now, fuck you."
Yep.
But I didn't know about that.
Yeah. So, I don't know. People are just fans just suck in general.
They do, man. They're mad stupid, and they start going on and on about some dumbass shit that makes no sense, and then think that their resolution and idea is gonna fix some shit, gonna make
It's
the whole
always-
shit even more stupid, and it's so
Yeah,
irrational.
I don't think it's anything new though. I think
No,
it's always
dude.
been that way.
They
It's
just
just that
haven't-
now there's the platform.
It's
Yeah,
just
you
like
know?
when back in the day, like if before social media and we all went out, like we didn't, right? We usually watched football with each other, but if we all went to a bar and were to sit there and listen to some other people talk about sports and our teams and shit,
Can't do it.
It would have been
No, yeah.
absolutely ridiculous.
To this day, like I work at a bar part time, and to this day, people start talking about sports, and I need to walk away.
I hate
Can't
it.
Guy
handle
that
some
was
of the
running
shit that you
game the
say.
other
Like,
night. Like your boy that was impressing that chick the other night.
yes, he was trying to talk about North Carolina sports, and I work for them. Come on, dude, this is so bad. You are so wrong. I'm going to the other end. I want your money and your tips, so I'm not going to blow your spot up.
I don't want to be with a girl that's impressed by sports talk.
Right.
Like if I pull you in because I know like what Kobe Bryant averaged in '98, like nah, you're not the one.
Right?
I'm getting you because I knew what Tar Heel led the team in scoring in the '97 season. Like, or just some obscure stat that nobody cares about. Like, that's not a
last-
keeper.
The last thing I would want is for my wife to be sitting next to me, just as pissed off that I am that the Lakers lost. Like no, nope.
Yeah.
I need to be able to walk out of this room, be annoyed, and have her look at me and say, "You didn't play. Get the fuck over it."
Bring you
that's-
back down to earth a little
Yeah,
bit, right?
right.
Bring you back to the real
Yeah.
world. Hey, you got to work tomorrow. Get over
Right.
it.
Like,
Get back to life now.
right. Your son just literally jumped off a dresser. You got to go handle that.
Stunt man, man.
Yeah, he's a daredevil. Yeah. Till he gets hurt.
You live and you learn.
Yup.
And if they won, he's still jumping off the dresser.
Exactly. Exactly.
So,
Yep.
All right, anything else you guys want to bring up at the end of this?
I do.
Go for it.
Anthony, today
Yes.
I saw that Steve Stout, you know who Steve Stout is?
Are you going to talk about the Nas thing with Ether?
Yes, and how he
Yep.
said Ether was horrible until he
Horrible,
went
son.
in and fixed it.
Yep. He said if Nas would have put that out, it would have
End of his career. Yep.
because it was just so terrible. I did see that. I read that yesterday. I was like, oh, I wish they would have put that out now because I just want to hear it.
I wish he didn't ask for any advice.
He was like, nah, I got him. Put out some trash. Then everybody's like, "Ew." What did... I don't know, I guess I'm not going to hate on Nas.
Go for it.
Well, like, you know, before Ether and Takeover came out, nobody cared about Nas, you know? Like, people would still be like, oh, Nas is nice, but, like, he wasn't putting good CDs out. Ether comes out, Nas, that CD was solid, but what did he really do after that, you know? Like, I just feel like, I'm trying not to call him overrated, because I like Nas, and I think he's really good. But I don't see it. Like, I don't
like
know.
somebody and they could still be overrated.
I don't agree with the Nas is like a top 3 rapper of all time thing. I guess. Like,
Do people say that?
some people think Nas is the best rapper.
Well, I mean,
People are stupid.
there's a lot of people who
I don't
think
even listen to rap that much, and I know that's not right.
like people think Kobe Bryant's the best player ever, and that's wrong.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
there's
there's
a
always
lot of
those
people
people
that
who-
swear that Nas is the best.
Is
Yeah.
Nas even on Kobe's level?
Yes,
Okay.
Nas is
really
nice.
good. Like, don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. I don't think he's bad. Like, I like a lot of his tracks, but Jay was kind of right when he said that's a one hot album every 10-year average.
He's a Tar Heel, son.
But the thing about that is that's still good in college basketball. It's not so much good in the rap game. Like, you're lucky if you're putting out, you know, for him to have as long as a career as he did is a feat in itself. Like, that's amazing. But I don't know, like, especially like recently, like Jay-Z they started putting albums out around the same time, and I can name a million Hove songs I liked over like Nas songs all day. Like, I like Jay-Z better, so I guess that's biased. But I don't know. I just feel like people compare the two. I feel like it's no comparison. Like, he's not in Jay-Z's league to me.
In
Well,
all
because his
sorts
first
of ways,
album
dude.
was that good.
But so is Hove's. Like, Reasonable Doubt. I like
Yeah.
Reasonable Doubt better than Illmatic.
Yeah, but I think Illmatic has more of like a cult. Like,
Yeah.
it's almost like the thing I was going to talk about when it came to Jordan today. You know, like my problem with Jordan is that, like, people won't say that he ever missed a game winner. You know what I mean? And like,
Yeah.
Illmatic is so good that it's almost like, well, how do you beat that? You know, like, it almost
Yeah.
gets this like mythical like aura around it that, like, nope, that's enough.
Yeah, and he went
So-
platinum with no features, which was like really like the first person to like do that back then.
Wasn't he
Even,
like
now,
20
that
years
doesn't
old?
happen. Yeah, he was. Yeah, right. He was crazy young, and he just came out with that fire album. So
Yeah.
it's I mean, yeah, I get it. Like, I guess I think he's overrated. But whatever.
You
So
think
that's an
everybody?
unpopular opinion.
You think everybody's overrated?
So usually they are. You get them crazy fans out there, you know?
The fans are the worst, man.
Yeah, out there loving life. Like,
Like the guy that was trying to tell me that the Phoenix Suns in '93 weren't good because Jordan averaged 40 against them. Like, okay.
yeah,
That's what
you're,
makes them
you're
not
bad
good?
because the best player ever dropped buckets on you. Like, doesn't even make sense.
The other 90 games they played don't matter?
Nope. Charles Barkley was the MVP. They went to a triple overtime game in that series and lost the series on one shot, but they're not good because he
were
averaged
trash.
40. See, that's the shit that pisses me off that I can't deal with for Jordan. Like,
It's
it's
will
I
argue
don't
with
know.
him probably so adamantly. Like,
Rich, I have some advice for you.
What?
If you see somebody make a comment like that, just keep on moving.
everyone
Don't
makes
take the
comments
bait.
like that when it comes
Don't
to
take
Jordan.
the bait.
Like, every single person makes comments like that when it comes to Jordan. Like, it's like they think they broke the mold because they can throw out he was 6-0 in finals,
Well, now they got the
Okay.
curse of MJ, so take that.
right? Y'all
Oh,
ain't
you
never
guys
gonna win
threw that out
again.
earlier. I'm actually glad you said that. So I understand where you're trying to go with it, but I don't know if you can call it the curse of MJ yet. Like, he's too young. It's too fresh to call it that.
Well, it won't be in
ain't
another
done
20
nothing since
years.
he left.
Because it's not like it's been something that's 30, 40, 50 years and he's not alive or something.
It'll be
It's about
20
Like the
years.
curse of the
years ago.
Bambino.
It's about to be
It
20
wasn't
years
it
ago.
wasn't called that until he was dead.
Curse of who?
The Bambino?
Well, this is the curse that I created. and he don't gotta be dead.
Well,
And we're
Can
going
start
on,
with
that.
and like
Honestly.
we're going on 2 decades now. Okay.
you know why we deserve that? Because we let him go play for the Wizards, and now he owns a different team. So
And going on 2,
20 years,
decades.
decades.
That's a long ass
Would you
time.
be okay with never winning another championship again because you've had him?
Hell no.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
like absolutely not.
Hell
You know what,
no.
Rich? Here's a really good analogy to that. We're a little bit older, but what we were just talking about with McCoy's son Caleb, he's a Patriots fan, and that boy does not understand that they are going to be trash when Tom Brady and Bill Belichick are gone. He's not going to be happy when he's our age if they never win another Super Bowl.
Yeah, but he's 8. If they're terrible in 3 years, he'll just switch teams.
That's true.
So,
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
But
he doesn't have
that,
to
well,
worry
that's why I
about
said
it.
a little bit older,
Yeah.
but still the same type of thing. It happened when we were kids, so no, they got to win a
But, like,
title
you
in my
guys-
adult life. Otherwise, I'm not happy.
Yeah, like
need
you
to win
guys have to
multiple.
experience, like, I would say like 96, 97, 98 are probably the ones like the most, right?
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, definitely the most.
like you got to
Yeah, I mean-
experience those.
We were 12 when he hit the 98 shot, you know?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
So,
Vividly
The
remember
push
that
off.
one.
yeah.
yeah, me too.
The push
I remember-
off.
I remember thinking he was shooting too much.
Yeah,
I
but-
remember
I was
seeing him
11
bring the
years
ball
old.
down the
Man,
court,
so you saw
jumping
really
up and down in the
shooting too
kitchen.
Would you? I know we talked about this before, but would you give up him being 6-0 for another one?
Is it the only one they're ever going to win?
Yes.
No.
much. No.
So you wouldn't trade him being 5-1
To get a championship in like 7 years, then
to
and
get a
never
championship
another one?
in like 2021,
And
But
then
that's the
never
only
get another
one.
one.
and
my
then
rest of
never
my
get
life?
another one?
No, absolutely not.
So you'd rather never see another one than give up that?
Yeah, because
Yes.
those 6-0, like that run,
That's all you got against LeBron?
no.
No.
But you
Only
asked if I
ammo.
would give it up. Like that 6-0 run is special.
LeBron's
I don't want to give
3 and
that up.
5, though,
I don't want to
but
give that up
that's
just so that I
different
can
than
have
5
one
and 1.
random championship.
Yeah. Would I give up 6-0 to get like multiple champions? Like say 6
How many?
more championships?
No, not
Absolutely.
6 more, like
Shit,
2
I'll
more.
give it up for 3 more.
Yeah. Scatter them out nice though. You know, I don't want to go like, God willing, another 60 years and the Bulls only get 2 championships or something.
See,
you
now
know?
I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about it. I don't know if I'd want them scattered about. I think I would want like 3 in a
Dynasty
7-year
again?
span. 3 in a
Dynasty?
7-year span. That gives me a nice like decade of good ass Bulls teams to
Would-
be real happy about.
Would
I
you
could
let
deal with
him
that.
be? Would you push him to 4-2 if you could beat the Warriors right now, with everything that the Warriors have done, even blowing the 3-1 lead?
Are the Warriors going to win the finals this year?
I mean, you every time I say they're gonna lose a game, you tell me they're not. So I guess like you make this shit real not fun, like a lot of not fun.
Well, to be fair,
Are you
No,
a closet
I-
Warriors fan, McCoy?
No, I
You're a
wouldn't.
closet
because
Warriors
I don't
fan,
think they're
aren't you?
winning more than 3. And I said I'd give up 3 for 1. So why give up 3 for 2?
Because the Warriors are the best team I've ever seen in my life.
My thing
Yeah, but
about
I don't
the
know
Warriors,
that they're going to win more than one more title at the max.
I think they're going to win this year.
Yeah, we
And I
know.
don't really see why they wouldn't continue to win because it's not like their guys are old. Like they're going to be there, you know?
Because it's competition. People are going to leave. They're
Because you
not
can't
going to
play-
stay with that team.
You can't play 100-game seasons over and over again.
That too. Like their bodies
LeBron
are going to wear
does.
down.
Well, LeBron's something we've never seen before.
Like, when's that dude going to start slowing down? Like,
I
5
guess
years
you
from
know
now?
what? We have seen that before. We're watching it in Tom Brady. Like the two of them are defying the logic of Father Time. Completely different specimens that we're looking at, but both of them have completely defied logic.
Because they eat kale and sleep in hyperbaric chambers, man. like,
Fuck Tom Brady in that book. That motherfucker lied about a bunch of shit in there just trying to sell some stuff.
Did he?
yeah, I know. Because I saw Gronk on TV the other day talking about him and Tom Brady eating all these biscuits, grandma's
Yeah,
biscuits.
you know Gronk was blowing his spot up. What, rocking his Uggs sponsorship?
That queer.
Y'all are just mad because Brady's about to be around for 5 more years.
Right? He might outlive you guys.
Son, I was mad 5 years ago when I realized
Keep
that
Caleb
he
a
might be around
Patriots
for
fan,
5
right?
more. Like, come on. Can you
Yeah,
please
right.
go away?
maybe if he stays around long enough, he'll get to the age where he sticks with them.
Yeah, he's gonna keep sucking Caleb in.
All
Man.
the like at Thanksgiving, all like my cousin's kids, they were like Thunder fans and like they switching teams when KD left and like they keep telling Caleb, oh, the Bulls stink, and I'm like, yo, last year you liked a completely different team, like, and I
Shut your
keep
little
trying to tell him,
mouth.
yeah, I keep trying to tell him like, Caleb, don't listen to them, like, be loyal to your squad, like, you don't want to be that dude out here
Spurs, don't
switching
do that.
teams every year.
Yeah, that's how everybody's growing up to probably be now, man. All these kids,
Yeah, that's
all
mad
just hopping
corny to me,
back and
though.
forth.
Yeah.
Unless they have
They're
good
older,
guidance from their
Hold
parents.
on, no, but
man.
is it just these kids? Because like the Cowboys are America's team because they won during the '90s, and that's when kids.
I don't know. I remember growing up
jumped
with
on
all
that
you
bandwagon.
guys, and
Same
you
thing
guys
with the
had-
Bulls and Michael Jordan. I'm a Bulls fan because of Michael Jordan, and that's when they were winning. Like that's who was winning when I was little. So you win with them, you stick with them. It's just kids nowadays, I guess, don't stick. They just jump to the next one.
Well, it depends on what age you are, I guess. I mean, like, around 8 years old, like, I get it. If your team is good for a two seasons and then trash, like, you're 8. You're going to be, I don't like this team. They stink. Like, I get it, but.
I don't, because that's not how my mentality was. I'm a Jets and Mets fan here, guys.
Well, I'm saying.
There
you,
weren't
like,
runs when I was little where they were good, and I was like, all right, let's watch them.
Yeah, like,
Well, see-
mainly, like, I like the Bulls and Tar Heels. Like, the Tar Heels are always consistently good. And the Bulls were, good with Jordan, and then we were trash until Rose came, so. I never had to really deal with terrible teams,
Till
except the
after,
Bills, who I won't talk about.
Well,
till
good
after
luck to you
Mike
now
left.
with these.
Those teams
Bulls.
were pretty bad.
Yeah,
Those
they
teams
were
were
awful
pretty bad.
those years until Rose came. That's why you should show some goddamn respect, Kyle.
The worst was it Bill Wennington who walked out to midcourt game 1 the year after Jordan retired and everybody left and was like, be patient with us, guys.
Yeah.
Shut
I'm
up,
on the
man.
team still,
God.
so he's gonna be trash.
The
They were
curse.
so bad.
So bad.
They always
What
beat the
about Luke?
Lakers.
What about Luke?
Luke Walton. So
All right, you guys got anything else for this episode?
just that LeBron's in year what? What year is this?
15, I think.
Yeah, 15.
Jesus.
And he's averaging 29, 8, 9, and he's shooting 58% from the field and 42% from 3.
Those have to be like his best career numbers, right?
He's averaging the most assists this season that he's ever did.
29, 8, and 9. Like that's yeah.
Well, he had a season before that when in 2009. I think 2009 is the best LeBron we've ever saw. Or no, the ones in Miami were, but like
Yeah.
2009 is when like he really started
Numbers
to get
wise,
like
you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like stats, averages wise, like that's got to be right up there.
Well, I think
29, 8,
we're
and
seeing
9.
those numbers from him this year because he has to.
yeah, but the fact that he's so efficiently doing it,
Yeah. He's shooting like 58% or something, isn't he?
yeah.
Is he not shooting as many threes?
No, he's shooting
Like attacking the
42% from
basketball?
3.
No.
That guy's ridiculous.
Like he's shooting like I don't know. He's on another level. Like he's the best player I've ever seen in my life.
I saw something the other day where he's got to average like 25 points a game for like the next 2 seasons, and then like 22 the 2 seasons after that, and then something like less than 10 points a game for like I think like 5 or 7 seasons after that, and he'll be the career leading scorer.
So what's that have him playing? Like 12 more years?
Like like what was it, 2, 4? It's like
5, it
6
would
or
be
7
9,
more
so-
years
You think he's gonna play that long?
I think he can.
if he wants to. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it can, but
He can. I just don't know if he's gonna want to.
Is
I
he
mean,
about to have a 23-year NBA career? Like,
and here's the other part. I think he can, but once you start getting older, once that first injury happens, it starts snowballing.
Father Time is undefeated.
I mean, in the 07-08 year, he averaged 30 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, shot 31% from 3, and 48% from the field. Like, for his career, he averages 27, 7, 7, and he shoots 50% from the floor.
That's crazy.
ridiculous.
If he wanted to, he could have averaged a triple-double for his career.
If he would have played point guard for one season, he would have, and he really wanted to.
I think if he just wanted to do it, like, it doesn't matter where he played. Like, he can get
Yeah,
10
the position
rebounds a
wouldn't
game,
have mattered.
you know? He can get 10 assists a game. It's just, how much... there's a reason why he can play this long, I guess, because he's not out there doing that and exerting that much energy every night. And still putting up amazing stat lines.
Last year, he averaged the most rebounds a game, and this year he's averaging his most assists.
You think that'll drop off a bit once IT comes back?
No, because the ball's still going to go through him.
It might go up.
That's what I was talking to my uncle, and I was like, we were talking about when he comes back, and like, it's gonna be weird with Thomas because everybody's like, oh, he's just taking Kyrie's spot, but I don't
they're
think
not
he's
the
gonna
same
get
player.
the ball as much. Yeah, he's not gonna get the ball like Kyrie did. I don't think. I mean, LeBron will let him handle it at times, but
And that's going to be
it's
an
not
issue
as good as
for
Kyrie.
that's going to be an issue for Thomas because his game is holding the ball and creating his own shot. He's not going to be
Right.
the guy who's going to come off a screen.
He's too damn small.
Yeah.
5'7" ass. Like you out there, son.
Scrappy.
She
5'7"?
love, Kyle loves Isaiah Thomas.
Scrappy.
Yeah, he does. Scrappy little guy.
He played for Boston. I'm not a fan.
Hey, before we end this, I wanted to get you guys' take on the KD Russell Westbrook forehead pressing,
I love
talking
it.
shit.
I love it.
Yeah, more of that.
Was it?
Yeah, I like it because it feels like they really don't like each other. Or Russ really doesn't like him.
Yeah.
See,
KD's
I like
probably
them
just
doing
playing
that on the
into it.
court, but I'm tired of all this like beating around the bush shit with the media. Just say you don't like each other.
Yeah, that'd be better.
Yeah, and I think they're also, I don't know, I think they may not be doing that just for, like, money-wise, sponsorship-wise, publicity-wise.
I think
You
that
know?
would add to it.
They don't need any of that. Like they're both paid.
let them know that let us know you don't like each other. Like stop
Yeah, just
stop
come
coming
outside.
out here. Oh, we like each other, this and that. And then you about to is this a show? Like like be real. Like that,
Yeah, you're out here at each other's necks like that.
like see, because KD's involved. You know, I don't know if that's the real KD or if this is some some fake
Side
KD.
side
Or,
KD.
you know, find out this guy's bipolar.
The Thunder are mad weird to me because they scraped the Warriors, but they're 8 and like 11.
Yeah. And aren't they like their defensive numbers pretty good and they're terrible offensively or something?
Yeah, they're well.
That's
I looked at
baffling.
it, and they have the second best defense overall in the league. But when you switch it to the second half, like quarters 3 and 4, like their offense goes from like they were like 99 points per 100 possessions overall, but in the third and fourth quarter, it jumps to like 115. So I don't know what happens, and they can't score. Like they're like 23rd in offense.
I think that's just one of those new team chemistry, figuring it out kind of deals.
No,
It could be. I mean,
Melo,
it's all
suck
Melo's
the
fault.
ass.
Well, no, see, the thing with Melo, Kev, is that Russ gets a lot of what Kobe got. Like, now you start to see the stats of, like, they're 2-10 when he leads the team in field goal attempts. Like, he gets so much of the Kobe hate that, I don't know, it's funny, because Melo's just like, hey, why don't you pass the ball to Melo more? It's like, no one wanted that before.
Yeah, right. Everybody hated on that so
The
much.
black hole.
You're like, yep.
Yep.
No matter what you do, people are gonna hate on you out here.
People need to enjoy
Fans,
Russell
man.
Westbrook, because
Yeah.
as soon as he can't jump out the building, it's going to be a sad, sad situation.
Yes. The second he can't out athletic people, his career
Yeah.
is done.
Yep.
Yeah, because he can't shoot to save his life.
I'm going to have my son and other young people tell me Russell Westbrook was never that good, and I'm going to flip out
Get
on it.
pissed.
That could
Listen,
have been
you
D
damn
Rose,
youngin.
man,
Triple
right
double.
there. That could have been D Rose.
It could, well, would Derrick Rose have ever been as good as Russ is?
I think they were different players.
Nah, not really.
No, I really do. No, like I do think that they were though. Like the way that their careers would have projected, I don't think Derrick Rose would have been the get to the rim, dunk over people player.
That's all he
I think
was.
he would have
That's what his
progressed and
game
gotten more of an
was.
outside
Rose
shot.
stayed at the rim, son. Floaters,
But I think his-
reverse layups, like that's the
If
Rose
you
move,
listen
son.
to
Get
my
in there with
words,
the
I think
reverse.
his career would have progressed more to a shooter's role, where Westbrook has not attempted that at all.
You see Rose shoot?
I think Russ is a better creator, but I don't know how Derrick Rose would have progressed.
I think they would have been really similar, just using just all athleticism, getting to the rim, kicking out to somebody or making a flashy finish.
It's just hard without seeing it because Russell Westbrook, even before he averaged a triple-double, it was never a shock to see him get like 45, 15, and 18.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, look, that's Russ. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
Do it again.
I don't know if D Rose would have got the triple doubles, but I think he would have definitely, like his game, like his scoring ability game is Russell Westbrook all day.
Yeah.
Like their offensive just go to the basket, like their scoring game, like so
That
simple.
little mid-range jumper.
The assists and
little
rebounds,
floaters.
I don't know. I mean, maybe, who knows? But that's all about the assist is all about what was around D Rose.
I'll tell you
I
what.
don't think so.
I would have loved to see it.
Yeah, right? Wish we were having that conversation of who's better right now.
Yeah, seriously.
Sometimes it sucks to have a player like Russ because he did to the triple-double what like mid-2000 Kobe did to the 50-point game.
Yeah. You're not impressed when he does it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay.
50,
An entire
15,
season like
15.
last year.
Yeah, like Kobe had to drop 81 for someone to care.
Yeah.
That is wild. You see Russ
Well,
get a
that's
triple double.
That's what the greats do, though.
It's
whatever.
cool seeing him and Harden do it because they do it so differently.
Yeah.
Like, Harden can hit the threes in the step backs. Like, Harden looks like he's playing so effortlessly sometimes.
Harden looks like he's gliding out there.
Yeah.
Like, it never looks like he's running. It's like he's just sliding back and
Yep.
forth.
And he's not the most athletic dude, but he's just so crafty and shifty. Like,
And people
then
can
Russ
hate
is
on
just a
him
freight
getting
train.
fouled, but like that's a skill. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
Hell yeah, that's a
you
part
go
of
to
the
the
game.
you go to the free throw line 18 times a game. Like yeah, that might suck.
Yeah.
Like I could understand
watch, but-
if you're watching. Like if he's playing the Lakers and he's doing it, it's like okay. But
he just got 16 of 18 or 18 of 18 from the line. Like,
right.
A large reason that Tyler Hansbrough has a retired jersey and won National Player of the Year is because he shot the most free throws. Yo, Kev, you're laughing, but it's the God's honest truth.
It's great.
He shot and made the most free throws in NCAA history.
I fully support Psycho T. I'm his big
Dude
brother.
is zero athletic ability, but if you know how to get to the free throw line, you can have a career.
Oh, let's not forget the Bulls lost by 50 without KD or Draymond playing.
Oh, see, so when you said this, I was like, yeah, all right, whatever. The Bulls suck. They lost by 50. I didn't know it was to the Warriors. That's a good showing. We only lost by 50?
Without
What was your
KD or
boy?
Draymond.
What's his
Yeah,
name?
if
Never
Draymond
okay
won.
to lose
hold
by
on,
50.
Hold on. One, Draymond sucks. Two, just because KD is out, they still got an MVP on the court. Who do we have?
Blakey or whatever that guy's name is.
Blakey.
Dunked on Julius Randle.
that's right, he did.
I was dying when I saw they lost by 49.
Oh, it wasn't even
surprised.
50. Look at you inflating
It
these
wasn't
numbers.
even 50.
Fake
Listen,
news.
listen. When it gets to 40, when it gets to 49, I'm allowed to round up.
That's how we do it in America.
But we know 25 ain't close to 20 with Straub, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
It was really like 23, son.
Be exact.
That's funny.
Don't worry though. You'll
Gotta
get your
clarify.
chances because at the end of this month, the Lakers have a schedule where they play like Golden State, Houston, then Golden State again. I don't know who thought that was a good idea.
You might lose each of those games by 49.
Yeah, I know. You'll have your chances.
Yep. That might be back-to-back 40-point losses for you.
Yeah, they play on December 18th. They play Golden State, then they play at Houston, then they play at Golden State.
Wow, on the road back-to-back, too?
Ain't
Yeah.
losing twice in a week, man.
That's right. That's right, Kev. And LeVar
Ain't
already said
happening.
Lonzo's better than Curry right now.
Right now.
He said it last year when he was in college.
Yeah, right now.
Lonzo's
see,
gonna
I'm
have his
having
brother there and it's like steal Steph's shoes. Can't come out and play with no sneakers.
Yo, I saw a clip of him of his brother from that reality show they have. His brother was carrying something up to his new apartment, and LeVar was like, "You guys would make the worst robbers. Couldn't steal shit the way you carrying that." And I was like, "Oh, look at." And the caption was like, "LeVar speaks everything into existence."
Yeah, that's classic.
Oh,
see.
shit. That's a good spot right there to end this one, I think. LeVar speaks everything into existence. That's nice. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back again next week. The fellas are out.
Peace.